All right, so here's the thing. So I try to keep up, and watch a lot of these dope content creators. You know what I'm saying? We just checked out the FMW stuff that's going on, and now I want to check out the haters world. I do pop up in their chat, once in a while and stuff. It's just it's hard to catch them live because at that time I got other stuff that I gotta do. So, but shout outs to him though. He's definitely a good podcaster. A lot of people hate on him. I don't know why, but I feel like he's pretty good. I like the team they have over there. Droops, Opina, and Blue Devil. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm looking for this one. So I want to see what's happening here because I've seen what's it called? I seen a post. Hold on, we're gonna go ahead and pause this real quick. I seen a post and I was like, wait, what's going on? So apparently somebody or like a few people were going after the rapper known as Swifty Blue, and they got charged or something. I don't know, but the I don't know exactly what happened. So I'm gonna get updated with Blue Devil and see what he has to say about it, and just have an understanding. You know what I'm saying, of what's going on. But yeah, man, I was like, damn, what the heck is, like, this is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and play it real quick.
All right, check this out. We're back with another video reaction.
Shout
I'm your
outs.
host, Blue Devil, and you guys are watching the Hater World. Now, look, today's clip is brought to you by the LA Times newspaper, the Los Angeles Times. We got a clip of Swifty Blue.
LA
Now, look,
Times. Damn, that shit was
everybody has
serious.
been reporting on this issue since last night. We went live for 3 hours. Go watch the video if you haven't. Epic Live. Over 700 people live, over 20,000 views.
Fire. Hell yeah.
Running it up,
Fuck yeah.
right?
Shout outs to that. Hell yeah.
We talked about many topics. Go look for the video. It's fire. Now look, we posted about this last night when it dropped on Hater World Media, and then a lot of people follow suit. Now it's everywhere, right? You got YouTubers making videos. You got people that ain't never done videos making videos, trying to
Damn.
capitalize on the drama, the content, the on Swifty Blue's name. Everybody's trying to get their piece of the pie. People that have never ever been in this business, all of a sudden now YouTube pages pop up. But you know what? That's normal. It happens all the time. When I had that big incident up here, what turned into a big incident, all these little fake YouTube pages started popping up. Okay, but as I'm watching all these pages, I'm starting to realize that people are forgetting a big part of this situation. Okay, a lot of people are saying Swifty Blue is not a rat. Swifty Blue didn't cooperate. Swifty Blue didn't tell. Swifty Blue did not get 19 people arrested. That is the question. I mean, that is the answer everybody is giving. Then you got people in the comments talking about that's not the correct paperwork. That fool didn't do anything. He's a victim. They just want to get him because he's successful. They just want to murk him because they're jealous. But people are forgetting the number one thing on why all this is happening. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you why all
Oh.
this is happening.
Oh, damn.
But check this out. Before we press play on this video or on this,
I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 minutes and 26 seconds of this video, the way that he's giving what's gonna happen in this video is very catchy. And I'm very interested in listening to what he's saying. If you guys really are peeping what I'm peeping when he's talking about this, he's a good person to listen to as a storyteller because he captured 2 minutes and 26 seconds of what I wanted to listen to, and I'm like, wait, like this sounds crazy. I want to get through the whole video. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
clip or on this article, I do want to send a big shout out to all the squad members, Hater World Squad, to all the day ones and the day threes.
There you
Shit,
go,
even if you a
everybody.
day four, salute to you.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Uh Salute to everybody that was on last night's live, popping it, watching the live, commenting, dropping super chats. Salute to you. I appreciate that. And check this out though.
It's
If you're a
fire.
recurring watcher and every time you see my thumbnail you click on it but you don't subscribe, you a buster, homie. Straight up. But I don't want you to be a buster. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the bell. Come on in. Let me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the squad.
Hey,
And
we
that way
been, we been.
everybody here can
Nah,
welcome you
shout outs to
with
him
open arms and
with
we'll
open
chop it up.
arms.
You know, and if you
It's
need to
fun.
hit me for anything, hey, I need some advice, Blue Devil. Hey, I need you to, can you help me with this? I'm trying to get into the content game. I need some advice.
I could vouch for that because he actually. I asked him a question one time and he did give me the. He told me to hit him up about the equipment and stuff. Shout outs to him though.
I need to know what to buy. Hit me. I
Hmm.
got you. I'm an open book with everybody.
Hell yeah,
Even though
that's
everybody
fire.
hates me, I don't know why. I ain't done nothing to nobody. But I
That's
ain't
crazy.
tripping. So don't be a recurring watcher. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. And if you're already subscribed and you're not receiving notifications, go back and fix the option. All right. And with that being said, let's get straight into the content. Let's get straight into the content, bro.
I need one of those. I'm
Okay,
telling
look,
you.
this is gonna be a video. It's gonna be a little bit different. Okay, it's not gonna be your ordinary video where uh we watch a clip and then we go in and out on the info and stuff like that, right? We're not even gonna look through this at all. We're gonna just there you go. That's we're gonna just look at that. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, look, I want to give some advice. That's really what I want to do. Everybody already knows what's going on with this video, okay? Let's move it out the way. Everybody knows what's going on. Okay, Swifty Blue, 19 people got taken down because of Swifty Blue. Uh,
That's crazy.
a grandma and a bunch of other dudes from prison. I'm not here to talk about the dudes from prison. I'm not here to put names on it. I'm not here to talk about the organizations, prison gangs, leaders, all that. I'm not here to talk about all of that. It shouldn't matter, right? We're not in the prison world. Uh, the people watching are not in prison, and I know some people are interested, and there is channels out there that will give you all the details, and maybe you want to go over there and watch it. Okay, but I'm here to give you facts. And the facts are these. A long time ago, I don't know, a few years ago, people stopped working with Swifty Blue. People did not work with him no more. Podcasters,
Hmm.
YouTubers, content creators, rappers, a lot of them distanced themselves from Swifty Blue. Okay? Me, myself included. I had a podcast lined up with Swifty Blue. I don't know, 2022 maybe, 21, no, 22 or 23. Something like, I don't know. And it had to be canceled. I'm not going to say why. I think if you're smart enough, you'll realize why. But it had to be canceled, okay? I think the last one that got an interview with him was American Cholo. And that one was really, the timeline was really like, right? But a lot of people distanced themselves and a lot of people stayed with him. A lot of people knew what was going on back then and decided to say, I heard about what's going on, but I'm going to still continue to be his friend, even though it might hurt me in the long run. But the smart ones said, hell nah. That's what you did? Or that's what they saying about you? I'm going to go this way, dog, because I don't want what you did to rub off on me, right? Now, to this day, there's still people hanging around them. Compa Foco, Cholo Juan, uh, Carlos O,
My bad.
uh, and there's still a few more to name. We've all seen these clips within the last couple of months, still hanging with them.
I wonder what he did.
Now,
Low
the
key.
reason I'm saying the names is because the
Damn, and that's the bad part. I am gonna have to go see what he did because I have no idea what he's talking about. Um, I react to their music, but as their personal, I try to keep up by watching Blue Devil, LA Icon, and stuff like that, and try to keep up with what's going on in the world that we, fuck with. But as in like stuff like this, I'm just like, huh? What did he do? Like what? I don't even know.
Videos are on social media. They're right there.
I'm gonna look it
We've
up.
seen them. I've seen them. We've all seen them. And all these people were aware of what was going on. Now you ask yourself, Blue Devil, what was going on? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. But what I can say is that a lot of people are saying, well, they're just jealous of Swifty Blue and they just want to get him because he's a rapper and none of this is his fault. I wish I had the button. You are very incorrect. Okay? 19 people are in prison because of Swifty Blue. And I'll tell you
Shit.
why. His antics, his drama, him trying to be famous and do all this weird shit got all eyes on him, okay? By the people you don't want looking at you. He wrote a check he couldn't cash. What does that mean? That means that he was out here in the streets acting like he was the guy. Now, maybe he didn't
Damn.
cooperate with the federales. Maybe he didn't cooperate with the cops, at least not yet. But he's the one that started all this bullshit because of him trying to act and take the formula from 6ix9ine. So once he did that, all lies on Swifty Blue. So
Damn.
people can say what they want to say about this guy, that they're jealous, that they're this, but that's not. That's far from the truth. This fool did the whole check in with me. I'm the number one guy. Blah blah blah. This, and that. Then he went
I remember
around
that.
dissing every fucking Southside rapper, you know. And all
He
these
did.
Southside rappers, bro, they're all tied in with with their homies, or other people, or this or that.
I remember
Allegedly,
that. That's
right?
crazy. I forgot.
Allegedly. So you dissing a bunch of these dudes. Now you're messing with, you know, things you shouldn't mess with. If you
That's
get what
crazy.
I'm saying, you know what I mean.
That's crazy.
And then you continue to mock people and create narratives that you're the guy and you're bigger than the program and that ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. And you're doing all this. Meanwhile, you know that there's whispers about you. So they
Sheesh.
say.
Damn.
So when people be like, it's not his fault, he didn't do anything. You're delusional because you like him. And that's cool. But the facts are the facts. When people act a certain way, people look at you a certain way. And if you belong to a section or you belong to a gang, allegedly, or you belong, it's like this, bro. If you work for a business, say you work for a restaurant, and you're out on the internet doing a bunch of stupid shit, most likely that restaurant's gonna be like, hey, bro, we don't want to associate with you, bro, because you're doing all this weird shit, homie, tone it down. And if you continue to act like it's all fun and games and blah, 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 look at me, they're gonna eventually let you go. That's a business. Now, when you allegedly say you're from a gang and the program tells you to slow it down, and instead of being that G, like, all right, the homies told me to relax, I'm a chill because I'm a real one, but you think it's a joke and you continue to run your mouth and do all these antics and
That's crazy.
everybody look at me, I'm the biggest clown and I'm representing something that should not be clowned with, but I'm gonna act like a clown because I get to do whatever I want. Then eventually there'll be consequences. And now the consequences has led to 19 people in prison. Even if you didn't directly send them there, you indirectly sent them because you caused this
Damn.
problem. You caused this issue. You made this happen. You're the one that put on the clown hat. So can nobody sit here and say this fool is innocent? It wasn't him. They're jealous. Jealous of what? The people that are mentioned in that thing, the people that you know, bro, rappers are broke. Jealous of what? 99% of rappers are broke. This fool lives at home with his mama. This fool drives a beat down BMW.
You know what's crazy? I'm not gonna directly like speak on the Swifty Blue situation, but it's kind of interesting just to because this just reminded me. I just had this conversation with my wife, man, and I just told her that it's crazy how half of the time that I see someone that lives in a home, they live with their parents. Because I've seen plenty of people that have done that because of my job. That I'm just like, dude, that's crazy. Because I'm over here thinking like, damn, you're this age and you have a home. Like, how do you do it? What do you do? You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, damn, I want to be in that position. But little did I know, it's like they live with their parents, and I'm like, damn, I'm doing pretty good. I'm holding down my family in California. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing pretty good. Man, my bad. That shit just took me to that. That was fire.
What is there to be jealous of?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We all heard yesterday from Adam 22 that he charges $200. Look, bro, I'm not here to, kick the guy while he's down. I'm not here to tell you his personal life. I'm not here to back up the other people that are in that indictment. I don't want no part of nothing. I'm a civilian. I've said it many times. I'm just reporting on what's going on. But I, uh, I'm pretty smart to figure it out. All this is because of that man. If he wouldn't have done his clown act, 19 people would not be in prison or at least picked up for this extra charge. So can't nobody in the
Damn.
comments sit here and say other people are jealous or this or that because it's right there. But if I could give a piece of advice to any up and coming artist, don't do the extras for clout. If you belong to a section or you belong to a gang, remember that at the end of the day, that comes first. Cause you're the one still playing that game. If you're still playing that game and you're young and you're from a gang or you're from this, there's no way you can put that second. You know, you might be able to keep it on the wraps, but at the end of the day, that always comes first. And that's the life you chose, so you gotta live with it. You can't make up the rules. You can't
Damn.
go to prison thinking you're gonna be the guy. You can't be out here acting like you are the guy. There's always protocol to follow, and that goes to everyone in life, whether you're from a gang or not. Because even though
Facts.
we're civilians, we still gotta follow protocol. The government, we still gotta follow protocol. The
At
popo,
work. Yeah.
we still gotta fall under something. We all
Facts.
do.
Facts.
So whether you fall under the government of America or you fall under the government of the prison system, it all depends on what you choose. And if you choose to fall under the politics of the gang shit, you got to abide by those rules. And you don't get to make the rules. And that's what people don't tend to see. They want to sit here and claim that he's a victim. He's not a victim of shit. He signed up for the business, he signed up for the game, and he didn't pass the game. He lost. Womp, womp, womp. It's sad to
Damn.
say, but it's true. And I gave a perfect analogy last night. When you go to the arcades and you drop a quarter in, the game starts. And the name of the game is to beat it, to get to the end. And if you don't, then you didn't beat the game. Game over.
That's crazy.
Swifty Blue did not beat the game. He started the game and lost. Okay? Uh Now of course his fans will still be his fans. He will still make some money, and do his thing. This might even catapult him to be a bigger artist now because he's attached to that name, and sometimes people are very intrigued by that, so they want to hear more. You know, but it's a very sad situation for everybody involved, Swifty Blue included. He's a young man. He's a young man. Uh, he got his whole life ahead of him, and now he's always got to watch himself, no matter where he goes. At all times, he's got to pay attention. Now the question is, to these other people that were hanging with him when they knew he was bad news, will they still be around him, or will they be fake friends? That is the question.
Damn.
Or will they disobey the program? That is the question. Because they already disobeyed once. Now remember, there was a rapper on the wheelchair that came out and told everybody, "Hey, Swifty Blue, this Swifty Blue that," and nobody believed him. And everybody said, "Oh, you're fucking stupid. You're mad. You're angry." Remember that guy? Remember that guy? That guy done told you guys the truth, didn't he? And nobody
Damn.
believed him. What did everybody say? That is wild. That is wild. Now look, all I wanted to do was come here and tell you guys Swifty Blue's not a victim. He created this mess. And now there's people behind bars because of him, and now there's a bounty on his life because of him. And if they didn't get him before, most likely they're gonna want him now. Listen, hopefully nothing ever happens.
Wow.
Hopefully that man stays free and alive. But look, bro, if they wanted you before 19 people were arrested, they're definitely going to want you after 19 people are gone. And that's a fact. And with that being said, everybody click on these two videos. Boom, click on them or click in the middle and subscribe. Do me a favor, hit the like button. And with that being said, you already know I'm Blue Devil. I'm a civilian, and we out.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. And I can appreciate his channel, and just as an update, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I don't have the time to check out these things. But wow, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. And I, as a civilian, true civilian, um I understand exactly what he's talking about. It's like I understand that if you live in an area that's affiliated, it's like you're not gonna be doing things that are not protocol. Pretty much, you're not gonna snitch. You're not gonna, just the basic stuff. It's like everybody knows the basic stuff. Even if you're a civilian, you gotta act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's so crazy to see, his point of view, because these are the things that we wonder. Like it's kind of like you know and he put it in a really good analogy of if you're not following the rules of the government, you're following the rules of the gang, you're following the rules of your job, even, you know what I'm saying, because there's basic structures to everything, and everyone pretty much has to listen to someone. We could say we're free, but we're really not. We're under a lot of different sections, within whatever path in life that you chose to go about. That's what you're pretty much under, or whatever. But that was a really, really good explanation, a really good analogy. And I can appreciate, because I do know that they have, a feud and stuff like that. And I'm not really sure what happened or how it happened. Maybe of what he said. I got to look that up because I don't even know what he was talking about when he said that he had some allegations before. So that to me is like, wait, so what exactly is he talking about? So I'm gonna look that up and just kind of get updated. Maybe he even has a video, but I'm gonna look that up. But wow, that's that's very crazy. And like I said, I appreciate the fact that he is putting himself as understanding. Like, damn, like you really fucked up, and I understand that you did. You're young, all this stuff, positive. But it's like, damn, like you chose this. You decided to have this happen. That pretty much is done with, man. That's crazy. Shout outs to Blue Devil. Shout outs to Haters World. If you guys don't know about them, show them some love. But this was a very, very good video. Shout outs to Blue Devil.